What's up, everybody? Blind sample showdown, last show of round number 2. I'm doing this one by myself. I'm just gonna throw out everybody's guesses and all of that. No, kidding. The contestants are here. They're waiting in the wings for me to pull them back up. I am going to do something a little bit different because the last couple episodes I've kind of been forgetting about this and had to get reminded. So I'm going to do a couple things differently here on this one, but first and foremost, I want a massive shout out to Richard's Liquors, Wisconsin Rapids. I know we all joke about dick pics and all of that kind of stuff, but no, seriously, Richard's Liquors, fantastic liquor store in the state. Fantastic individuals working at that liquor store. And Zach, the owner, was extremely gracious and sponsored this show in its entirety for this season, and has sent me a message, and he is absolutely on for next season as well. So big shout out to Zach and Richard's Liquors and the team there. Thank you so much. And I totally appreciate the sponsorship and look forward to doing more business with you in the future. And I hope that everybody watching the show, whether you catch this on a weekly basis, you catch it one time or whatever, I hope that if you do make a Wisconsin travel plans, make Richard's Liquors part of those plans, and pop in, say hi, tell them you learned about it from the show, and see what they got to offer. So thank you to Richard's Liquors. Other sponsors of the show, Bourbon with Friends podcast. We'll get into that one a little bit later, but yeah, listen to them anywhere you listen to podcasts at. And 10th Mountain Whiskey and Spirit Company, Vail, Colorado. Check them out at 10thwhiskey.com, and we will get into them a little bit later as well. But without any further ado, let's bring in the two people fighting for Martin's booty tonight. We have Nate. Switch you over here.
Booty.
And Drew.
Booty hole.
What's up? What's up, booty boys?
Yo, how's it going?
What up?
What is up? So you guys have been here before. You both have moved on from where'd you move on from? You moved on from round 1, and now we're in round 2. Yeah. Drew, you beat Nia, My Rum Diaries. Nate, you beat Whiskey and Whitetails. So shaping up to be a pretty good show here.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Especially for the booty, you know.
Yeah.
Got to do it for the booty.
Got to make sure.
The Bad Neighbor Booty Bandits.
Yeah.
There you go. I see you're wearing your Bad Neighbor shirt, Drew. Excellent. Love it. I got my I Love Dick shirt on.
You know, we outside.
We outside.
Even though I'm inside.
You guys have poured your samples.
Yes.
Not yet.
Are you ready to get into sample number 1? You guys know how it works. We kind of went through it a little bit backstage, but you know how it works. For the people tuning in that aren't 100% certain on how it works, I give them 3 samples. They go through these 3 samples and they try to make some guesses as to what it is. And they guess generic category, generic proof, generic casking. Then those same 3 categories, except specifically what they are. Then for bonus points, they can shoot for the distillery and bottle of what it is. There's 10 points available for each sample, so 30 points are possible in the whole show. And you guys go ahead and get into sample number 1. And while you are doing that, I am going to bounce through the chat and do a little roll call. We got Brian F. is Battle for the Booty. First comment of the day. He actually took a screenshot and sent that to make sure that he knew, and everybody else did, that he was the first comment today. We got Whiskey Addict Mike. We got a Spicy Strawberry who is not watching the show. She is working, but she did wish you boys the best of luck.
Thanks, Spicy.
And to have fun. And that's what it's all about. Have fun. I wanna make sure that's first and foremost. Whiskey Franco is here. He is definitely watching this one like a hawk. He wants to know who's getting his booty at the end of this one. Spencer Mav in the house. Thanks, Spencer. Appreciate you. Joe's Whiskey Den is here. Joe, how you doing? Smoked by Ash. Joe is here. Joe, how you doing? Whiskey Deke is here. Whiskey Deke is a rising hero right now. He took down Marshall last week, so We're
a
all
legend.
we all yeah, a little bit of a legend status going on for Whiskey Deke. Who else is here? Patricia is here. Hi, Patty. How you
Hi,
doing?
Patty.
Patty.
Go Habs. Go Habs. I don't know your real name, but thank you for joining. Appreciate you.
Ay, ay, ay.
Caesar is in the house. Hey, Caesar. Oh, he's calling you Nate Dog. Go Habs must be somebody that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yep. I fucking hate this. God damn.
That is an excellent question, Martin. Who will take down Ryan now? Is Ryan going to be the new Marshall? Is everybody going to be running and gunning for Ryan?
True.
I don't know. Ryan's got Adam from Lost Lantern next week. So, or not next week. Next time he goes on, it'd be March 5th. So that should be a pretty good one. Although, just and not that this matters too much, but just looking at points, Adam scored 8 in round 1 and 6 in round 2, and Whiskey Deke scored 15 in round 1 and 12 in round 2. So I mean, he's got a points advantage right now, but it all depends on where the whiskeys fall, which ones they get in those glasses.
Oh my God.
What are you guys getting on this one?
I don't fucking know, dude. I want to say rye, but
Yeah.
I'm so fucking bad at it. I hate it. I complained the first time, and I didn't want to complain this time, but god damn it, it's so fucking hard to do this.
It is
so
hard.
fucking hard.
I don't know. I mean, it smells like. It does smell like a rye, but there's something that I get on the back end of it that I can't pick out.
When I first nosed it, I thought it was a bourbon. Tasting it, it could be a rye, but then it also could be a finished bourbon. I don't.
It smells like it has that grain note that I get from most of the Midwestern distilleries.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too, but I also don't. That just could be random too.
That's a great question. No, they are not American spirits. It is all whiskey. Everything is whiskey, and it has to actually be whiskey. So can't be something like Fireball or neutral grain spirit blended with whiskey, so on and so forth. It actually is whiskey, but it can be from anywhere in the world.
Like it's not really like the finish on it's like not sweet at all. It's kind of bitter.
Yeah. It's very dry.
Yeah, I can pick it up.
Oh man.
But I don't think it's that.
I think I just have to go with my gut and not just do my shit.
That's usually the
Just go
best
with
choice.
Yeah.
Go with the gut. Go with what your gut tells you.
Yep.
I don't think it's that.
And now both of you guys are pretty bourbon centric, or I'll even broaden it up a little bit, but American whiskey centric. So bourbon and rye.
Right.
mostly.
Yeah.
At least for now.
Yeah. I know you both have been branching out slightly.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Well, I just bought the two new the Cedar Ridge quintessential, like the new oak and the ex bourbon.
Excellent. It's a good sturdy branch to start walking out on.
Yeah. Oh, Mike and Joe and Martin, they've all been raving about the ex bourbon. So
I gotta say, I had the ex bourbon. I have it here, and I was very surprised by it. Like I expected something totally different than what I got. And I really enjoy it. I think it's excellent. I was expecting it to be a lot softer, but it is definitely not soft and delicate. It is pretty stout. So what are you tasting? What do you taste? Just break it down as to what you taste.
I mean, I'm getting like kind of like the grassy note that you get from like a rye.
Yeah,
Like not much sweetness.
Yeah,
it kind of finishes very bitter.
Yeah,
like in the back.
But what Drew was saying, I don't know if you're trying to lead me that way, Drew, but like it does taste Midwest too.
No. I don't try to pull stuff out of my sleeves.
Right.
I'm straight up.
Right.
I like that you guys both say that it tastes Midwest, meaning that Midwest whiskey has, I mean, to you guys at least, has a kind of a distinctive taste. And I do agree with that. I think it does.
It's got a distinctive taste and a distinctive smell.
What do you mean, Joe?
I'm getting on that on my end too, where you'll like your video will start loading for like a second or two. You'll vanish for like a second and then come back.
Okay.
Let me just see.
Oak and agave. Howdy. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, he says.
I don't think I'm going to pull anything else out of it.
No. I just wrote down a bottle. I don't even know what the proof is on it. So that will be a guess, but.
Well, I think realistically they're all guesses, aren't they?
Well, come on, Germ. Yes, you're right.
I can't account for the bitterness.
Bitterness. Well, bitterness can come from wood. Bitterness can come from
what kind of wood?
Wouldn't you like to know? Bitterness can come from the wood. Bitterness can come from young. Bitterness can come from I would say bitterness can come from overly high proof sometimes, but generally the proof is just going to carry it from one of the other reasons.
Yeah, I don't think it's due to proof of the wood, but I know it's something and I can't figure it out, but I think I'm just go with what my gut says.
Yeah. God, it's so hard to pinpoint the proof. Fuck.
Bitterness can come from resentment. You're not wrong, Brian.
Oak and agave. How is that 13th Colony 15th anniversary? So time out. How is 13th Colony celebrating a 15th anniversary? They've only been open for like 5 years.
No, they've been a distillery for 15 years.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The 15th anniversary is really good.
All right.
All right, I'm just gonna have to.
Yeah. I kind of want to. I've seen a lot of people keep some of the sample, and I kind of want to do that when you're reading off the
When you do the
answer.
review.
Go back. Yeah, go
mean,
back. But
I usually get a decent amount from.
Adrian!
Hey,
Adrian!
Adrian's here.
Hello, friend.
All right.
Oldest distillery in Georgia, really? Very interesting. Okay. Are you guys ready?
I can be. Yeah.
You can be, Drew.
Yeah. Well, I'm ready. Yeah, I have everything down.
Fuck it, go for it. I'm gonna just go with my original guess,
Drew says, "Fuck it, go for it."
but I don't think it's that.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do ladies first. Nate, go ahead.
Thanks, buddy. That's what I thought. I thought you were going to. My guess, I definitely haven't had this bottle, so this is definitely all guesses. I don't. But generic category rye, proof 110, generic casting new, specific category rye, specific proof 112.4 proof. Casting new again. And then for bottle, I said Wollersheim. And for distillery, Wollersheim bottle, the Curiosity 8 vintage red dress.
Drew.
I also said for generic category rye, generic casking new and used, proof generic 125, specific category finished rye, specific casking new oak, and I put gin.
Oh shit, that's good. Fuck.
Specific ABV, I put 128.7. Distillery, I just put Driftless Glen bottle, the finished in gin.
I love that we both picked both Wisconsin distilleries.
And then yeah, that's it for me.
But that's good, dude. The gin is now there's definitely like a gin pininess to it.
And that may be due to the power of persuasion.
Oh,
but
definitely.
no idea.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you.
Proof wise, we were way off, and the only reason I went lower is just because it is a rye, and I didn't want to have it sway me too much. But it tasted stronger, but that's why I just went.
Yeah, I was like, but between doing like going down to like 115 or 135. So I just like, you know what, in the middle.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, good stuff. All right, guys, get into sample number 2.
Smells like whiskey.
Oh, that is sweet.
We got a whiskey shaman in the house. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. The only question I have here is, you just subbed now? You son of a gun. But yes, as a reminder, if you would be so kind, hit that thumb, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you know when these come on. I would appreciate it. Helps me out, helps channel out, all of that good stuff. Also, both of these clowns on Instagram, BBS.Live. Somebody want to share that one? I think we did. And Southern Bourbon Addict on Instagram. Give those guys a follow. BBS.Live does some cool stuff. A lot of wet shaving stuff lives and talking about wet shaving, and you get to watch this sexy beast right here shave himself in Zuma pants.
Yep.
Also, they do the BBS.Live once a month, once every 2 months.
Twice a month. Every other
No,
Thursday.
the
Oh,
Uncorkers. I'm sorry.
Uncorkers. Yep, Uncorkers. That's every other month.
Every other month. Yep.
Actually have one coming up Friday with kind of spoke about him, but Brian, Bourbon with Friends podcast in 10th Mountain. He'll be on with us Friday. And we're doing our first scotch. I'll just show it off, I guess.
There you go.
So we're doing this one. So this is what Brian picked.
Such a good bottle.
I'm
You already cracked into it.
No, I had to send samples to
okay. I got you.
Brandon and Mel. So no,
they couldn't find that one.
Yep. Well, no. We just decided just to get one because
it's 100. Yeah, it's 100 plus.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
I've just nosed it. It smells good. I mean, it still smells like scotch, but not as I hate scotch. So, I don't hate this. So we'll see.
So therefore you don't hate scotch. You just hate the ones that you've tried so far.
Yeah, you could say that, I guess. All right. But that's at 7:00 on Friday.
7:00 on Friday. Instagram, BBS.Live.
Yep.
Tune in.
So actually, Brian is the last of the Bourbon with Friends podcast peeps having on. So
when was Adrian on?
She was actually on with Emily 2 Decembers ago.
Oh, long time ago. Okay.
Yeah, Mel, Brandon, and I were in person, and so we had both of them on with us. And actually, Brian did hop on for a little bit there too. So
right on. What am I drinking? I am drinking my brand new bottle of 45th Parallel R100. R100 means it's 100% rye.
Oh, I need that.
You do need this. It is so good. I'm not even playing. The nose on this thing is like lime cotton candy.
Ooh. Just snatch me up a bottle. FOMO.
It's not even crazy expensive. It's less than $50.
I'm gonna make another shirt and just instead of like what it said, what are you? I'm gonna put FOMO King.
FOMO Drew. FOMO King. Yeah. Again, everybody always forgets about the editor, but you haven't had Joe on Corkers yet. He's part of the BWF.
We oh, that's true. Sorry about that, Joe. Yes, that is.
Yeah.
You
Joe's
are
just never invited.
Yeah.
Hashtag not invited.
We haven't had a lot of people on. We have definitely a list.
Yeah, it's hard, I mean,
I wish we could do it every month. Like that would be amazing.
Right.
But
it's too much.
Bottles are expensive, man.
No kidding.
Once you have me on, Nate.
Caesar is drinking himself a driftless blend single barrel rye.
Hey, we'll have you on, Drew.
Spencer says you're going to get points deducted tonight for saying I hate scotch.
I'm sorry, Spencer. We'll see. Maybe this will be the turning point. I just, with how much that bottle was, it better fucking blow my tits off. Okay, so this, that's okay, Martin. Well, that just means I'm not winning this, right? If we're fighting for Martin's butthole.
I mean,
if he's closing it up to me, I guess I'm going to be losing. I like this a lot.
I do too.
You like this a lot.
I like it a lot.
I like that. That sounds good.
Which nosing it, I didn't know what to expect. I kind of am led to a direction here.
My problem is I'm gonna have a problem guessing the distillery or bottle on this.
100. Yeah, I have no clue.
And realistically, that is why I made those bonus points, because those are probably, I mean, unless you take a sip and you're like, oh, I know this one 100%. There's no questions, right?
Yeah.
It's very difficult. And I got to agree with Martin here. Far better intros into Scotch whiskey than Abelor Abana. and at a way better price. However, that is a great whiskey. It is spendy, and it is, a cask strength Scotch. So it can get a little hairy. But
Well,
you should like it.
Well, I mean, what Brian was saying, if he was picking a Scotch, he wanted us to like it, and actually, just obviously nosing it, you definitely get a lot of the barrel in it, which was surprising, even with it being a Scotch. So I'm intrigued. That's what I will say. And I know you guys were saying that it sneaks up on you with that proof on there. So
Jeff, how you doing, bud? Thanks for tuning in.
Remember, I fell into this trap last time. What I thought it was.
I say this a lot, Ryan. I say this a lot. I don't even know what you're talking about. I just say start with the 12 all the time.
what sucks about this is I'm just like Drew. I'm not familiar with this type of whiskey. I'm getting into it, so it's with picking a bottle and like, if it is, finished, I would have no fucking clue. I'm going with one, and I'm doing it. Fuck it.
A big F it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to pick this one because
here we go. We got the first call out for Danny.
Danny. Oh yeah. He's always with me. He helps me.
Danny is always donning his presence on.
Yes.
Nate's
he helps me with these trying times.
Another part of the reason why Nate has a problem doing a second date with a girl, because Danny's watching in the background and kind of creeps her out a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey. Women love Danny.
I mean,
he's a sign of masculinity. I don't know what to say, really.
Definitely.
I guess. I just every time I see Danny DeVito, I can only see him as the penguin.
Seriously?
The nose, and you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, with Always Sunny, that it always leads me there, but it is funny in Always Sunny, his character and how like the penguin comes out, even though he's not the penguin, but he just is so fucked up.
Yeah. I for some reason can't ever get him off my mind from Matilda.
Matilda.
Fuck. It's an old movie.
Oh, Matilda? You don't know Matilda?
Yeah, I know Matilda.
Oh, okay.
What's the real goofy one that he's in? Is that Throw Mama from the Train?
He's in all the new Jersey Mike commercials.
Yeah, that's funny too.
Mike, yeah. Oh my god.
Twin. That's another one. I am really in love with this bottle. Like I've always enjoyed 45th, and I've always enjoyed their R100. I don't know.
The Richmond rye is really good too.
Yeah. Okay. So, and that's rye, corn, and barley.
Yeah.
This is 100% rye.
I think I tried that at the Wisconsin, which
at the fest. Yeah, you probably did. Ooh, nice. Got your Wisco Fest glass there. Like it.
Hey, the first one was the glass I got from Secret Santa.
Hey, yep. I was gonna ask. I should have noticed that. I should have seen which glass you were using.
Yeah, I literally shouted you out before we started. I was like, "Look, glass one."
He did.
I wasn't paying attention to you.
Wow.
I was too busy thinking about Martin.
Just like all my patients in the ER, they don't listen to me either.
Why would they? They landed in the ER. What do they need to listen for?
All right.
Nate says, "Fuck it." He's ready.
Yeah. I don't even know. Yeah.
Drew, where you at? You ready? This guy like a champ slamming down them samples. All right, Drew, we're gonna start with you. So whenever you're ready, fire them off at me, brother.
Generic category, single malt. Generic casking, used. Generic proof, I put 100. Specific category, ASM. Specific casking, ex-bourbon. Specific proof, I put 107.2. Distillery, I put Virginia Distilling Company, and then I don't have a bottle.
Okay.
Nate, run down,
Okay,
brother.
I did generic category single malt, generic proof 90, generic casting used, specific category ASM, specific ABV 94 proof, specific casting bourbon, ex-bourbon. And I'm rolling with Wisconsin, and I said Tattersall and the Interstate ASM.
I've never had anything by Tattersall, so I can't really.
That's a crime.
I only went with it because I was just there a few weeks ago. I didn't have it, but I don't even know if they have it right now. Maybe they do, but I know their labels are fucking awesome at Tattersall.
Their label game is strong.
Seriously. Yep.
Especially when they put them out, like their labels are nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like the 45th Parallel. I like their labels. They're like simple but clean.
I'm digging the so this is a new bottle design, the flash style bottle, you know.
I like that bottle.
This is the old bottle.
Yeah.
So, you know, I like these. These are really nice on the shelf, and they fit in my small shelf space too.
Yeah.
So, and it's a screw cap.
Oh, your favorite.
I love screw caps, actually.
I know.
If you're not going to use a synthetic cork, do a screw cap.
Yeah,
that's my stand on it.
Yeah, I would agree with that. We've had that conversation. I don't know why they just don't do synthetic screw caps. Or not screw caps,
synthetic or screw cap. Yeah. I got you.
I don't know why.
The only thing that like I wish they would do is have better adhesive for the like whatever goes on top of the cork.
Yeah. That's a thing sometimes.
Because I've had the Mississippi Memory, wood came off the cork.
Send Adam and Nora support at Lost Lantern or whatever the hell the email is.
It doesn't come off. It doesn't come off, but like I can't like it's harder to come off, but it's still.
It will. The topper will come off of the cork eventually. Just send them a message. Say, you know, this bottle, the topper broke. They'll send you replacements. They had a bad. No, not a bottle, just the topper. They had a bad string of toppers in a few bottles.
Mm-hmm.
I had like 6 break in a row on different bottles. It was all like one batch of stoppers that the adhesive for the wood cap to the cork was junk.
Yeah.
So, all right, gentlemen, get into sample number 3. I know you're all excited for it.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced you didn't pee in this.
Yeah. God damn. Ugh.
Oh, I already know what it is. Just that reaction.
Yep.
Well, I could have peed in it. You don't know. I mean, it is whiskey. So that just means it has to be made from grain and, 40% or higher.
This is the same type of like scared I was like on the first set of samples you sent me.
Oh my God.
I didn't even taste it yet, and I already know that just based off your reaction.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm not getting that out of my I would rather taste Martin right now.
Spencer's got it spot on.
Wow, this is actually really good.
Thank you, Drew. Thank you.
It's really, yeah.
You Nate, I want to help you through this one just a little bit. Just get past that initial blast. I know what that initial blast is like. Just get past that a little bit and taste what's behind that.
The finish is not bad on it. It's not the initial hit. I will say this. I don't know if it's the amount of American whiskey I've had that has helped me be able to be okay with it with a Scotch. I'm just saying it's a Scotch. It's fine. I just don't know if I could ever get into this. All right. Oh God.
I'm actually really digging this.
Patty is
Really?
asking it, is it peated?
Yes.
Yes.
I would say this is more like compared to what I've been used to with Scotch, it's more moderately peated, but like on the taste, it's probably light, I would say.
I think the Scotch I had in the first round was more peated than what I can remember was more peated than this.
I don't even remember what you had in the first
I no clue what I had either. That was one where it was like that was the rest of the night. That was what I had. That flavor was stuck in my my pie hole all night. So, oh fuck.
Okay, so in the I wouldn't say more or less. I would say different.
Okay, I don't even remember what
You had a Killoman Shenag,
okay.
which is their sherry finished whiskey over there at Killoman. That was your Scotch in the first round. God, that's good. I got to put that away because otherwise I will seriously keep drinking it.
I mean, you can probably get more, can you not?
I can get more. But variety is the spice of life, Drew. You got to change it up every now and then.
True, you're right.
I did get a nice note there. It's like coffee, which was strange.
Okay.
Bitter like coffee.
All right. While you guys are doing that, I'm gonna do this here real quick. One, boom. All right, I talked about them at the beginning, but yes, Richard's Liquors, Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin, home of the Dick Picks. They are very much solicited. One of the best liquor stores I've been to in the state. I've been to a lot in this state, and definitely one of the best. Gives back a lot of a lot of stuff to the community, does lots of things for the community around him. And it's fantastic to see a local business do that. It's wonderful to support that local business. He is a fantastic sponsor of the show and a friend. So if you guys come to Wisconsin, please, Wisconsin Rapids is not very far from anywhere that you probably are going in the state of Wisconsin. So see if you can make it on your list to things to do when you come to Wisconsin. Then we got the BWF podcast sponsoring the show. Adrian, Martin, Brian, and the editor Joe. Can't forget Joe. You know, everybody always forgets about the guy behind the scenes, but
Who's
that?
Not invited.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that guy.
Yeah. But you can listen to it anywhere where you can listen to a podcast on, also on YouTube. Thank you to Joe, the editor. But they're talking about all kinds of cool stuff, spirits related, whiskey related. There's some random weird questions coming out of these guys, but definitely a great podcast. Check it out. Bourbon with Friends podcast. Follow them on Instagram at BWF podcast and check them out on YouTube. So, and then 10th Mountain Whiskey and Spirits Company, Vail, Colorado. Check out 10thwhiskey.com. And if you don't see it in your stores around you, you can ship it to your state, most likely 42 states and counting. They are in, I think the number is bumped up a little bit since I got my last info, but I think we're at 30 states in retail locations. So the spread is getting better. They are making bourbon whiskey, rye whiskey, American single malt whiskey, also brandies, cordials, and a potato vodka, and some moonshine as well. So check them out, 10thwhiskey.com. Follow them on the socials. And yes, thank you to those guys for sponsoring as well.
All right.
Yeah, I feel like it's too light for what I'm thinking it is. And it's like, all right.
Wow, Joe dropping some obscure, not necessarily obscure, but something people don't know about very much.
All right, I'm not gonna have a bottle on this, but bottle, but I'll have like a bottler.
And this is this comment here, Murphy Quint, talking about Cedar Ridge BWF podcast Monday. That episode comes out.
Nice.
I've heard rumors from a few of the people that it was a fantastic interview, and Murphy was an awesome guest. So I definitely suggest checking that episode out. Comes out Monday morning.
Yeah, none of these are gonna help me out.
Yeah,
All right, Nate, where are you at?
I can go. I mean,
No, I mean, like, where are you at with that whiskey? You still hating it?
It's getting better the more I have it. I mean, it's
Okay.
Yeah.
I would normally at this point in time tell somebody or suggest to somebody drop a little bit of water in it. But from my experience, water will open up the smoke a little bit more.
Okay.
So do at your own discretion.
I mean, that's not going to help me at all, but I guess to get a different flavor out of it, I already have all my answers down, and I feel like an idiot for anything specific because I fucking don't know Scotch. So
That's all right. I don't think Drew knows Scotch either, so I think both you guys are in the wild guess category on that one.
I am this. I don't even know. I could have done well, or I could have done super shitty. I have no clue. Like the last round, I felt.
You felt better?
Well, because I'm pretty sure it was a bourbon Scotch, so I felt a little better. Right. This is. Yeah, these were so different that it's so hard. No clue.
Name of the game,
Mm-hmm.
difficulty, level 10.
But I mean, look at Marshall last week. I mean, it all is up to what samples you get as well. Just what you're saying.
All right. I think I'm ready.
I can be.
I don't have any more guesses.
No, I don't either.
All right, both you guys telling me you're ready. So
Ready.
Nate, whenever you want to fire them off, you fire them off, brother.
Okay, generic category, single malt, generic proof, 80 proof, generic casting used, specific category, Scottish single malt, sticking with that 80 proof. Casting, I just said ex bourbon. I don't fucking know. And then distillery, I think I guessed this last time, and I'm just because I don't know. I'm gonna say Talisker, and then I'm gonna do Talisker 10.
All right, Drew, give them to me.
Let's see. So I said general category single malt, casking used, proof. I said 90. Scotch or Scottish single malt, casking ex bourbon, specific proof. I put 94. And for distillery, I have no idea, but I'm thinking it's like an SNWS bottle because it's more. Has a little bit, to me, it has a little bit more proof than normal. Than what you get with the normal 80 proof.
All right, so bottle guess, you're going SMWS.
Yeah.
And distillery, you don't know.
No.
Does that sound fair?
That's fair. Yeah.
Do you want to shoot a distillery out there?
Lamp Frog. And only because that's my favorite Scotch to say.
To say that's your favorite thing to say.
Yeah, Lamp Frog.
Sounds fair. All right, gentlemen.
Nice. We're pretty close, except for proofs, to be honest.
If it whatever way I would be, I'm not shocked with whatever way it goes.
Collusion. Martin's already saying it. Collusion.
All right, gentlemen. The good news is we don't need to worry about the age guesses.
Okay.
Great.
I am going to ask you, just because I'm curious what you guys thought. Super close.
Oh, wow.
Very tight race.
Wow.
No, it was not collusion.
There's not collusion. No, there's no collusion here.
I wish I could see the comments.
Oh, you can't see the comments?
No. That's okay.
Martin's probably saying collusion, all like every 5 words.
There is one collusion. I see it.
There you go.
Okay. So, Nate, what was your favorite sample of the 3? I think it was number 3, if I had to guess.
Yeah. 3 wasn't bad, but I think I really like 2.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Drew, how about you?
You're gonna be actually surprised.
You like 3? Wow.
Number 3 was your favorite. All right.
So
I'm not surprised because it is actually very, very fantastic whiskey.
Yeah, that was really good. So I guess
that,
we're going 1,
that
2, 3.
particular whiskey can convert a lot of non-peated lovers to liking that bottle.
I could see that.
Yeah.
The initial taste, of course, I was being a little bit.
It's a shock, right?
But the more I drank it, the more I was like, oh, okay,
sure,
pretty good.
Sure. All right. So with that said, Nate likes sample number 2. Drew likes sample number 3 the best. So that means we're going to start right in the front and do sample number 1.
This is the one I'm actually the most curious about.
Yeah, same.
All right. Well, perfect. That worked out well. So here we are. All right. Nate and Drew, you both said rye. You are both incorrect. It is not.
Oh,
Fuck me.
fucking shit.
So no points there. Nate, you said 110 for generic ABV or proof. Drew, you said 125. No points there.
Wow.
Generic category actually is bourbon. And the generic proof is actually 121. So Drew, you were very close. Just outside that 2-point window.
And then I went up. Fuck. We got like 0 points on this.
Oh
one.
yeah, nothing. Yep. Fuck.
Nate, you said new for generic casking. Drew, you said new and used. Nate, you're going to take a point on that. It is new and new only.
Wow.
Nate, you said rye, straight rye. Drew, you said finished rye. No points there. It is a bourbon and it is a straight bourbon.
Wow. How is
Specific-
this a fucking straight bourbon? Sorry.
Doesn't it smell?
Specific proof. Nate, you said 112.4. Drew, you said 128.7. It is actually 121 or 60.5%, whichever way you look at it. Nate, you stayed with your specific casking of new oak. And Drew, you went new with a gin finish. Nate, you're going to take a point on that one. Exact Distillery. Nate, you said Wollersheim. I'm sorry.
If he hits this distillery, then I'm fucked. There's no way I'm coming back.
I missed that there. Nate, you said Wollersheim. Drew, you said Driftless Glen. Nate, your bottle was Curiosity 8. And Drew, your bottle was gin finished rye. Drew, you took 2 points on that. It is Driftless Glen.
Holy shit.
So
Nice, dude.
Don't call it.
and
a
it
comeback.
happens to be a dick pick.
Wow.
So this is a single barrel bourbon, straight bourbon from Driftless Glen. It's over 5 years old. I don't know exactly what the age is on it, but it's 5+. Bottled a couple years ago now. Zach did a pair of store picks. He picked one barrel, left it at cast strength, picked one barrel and proofed it down, and named them the Roberta and Richard in honor of his grandfather and grandmother.
Was that the same one I had the last round? That's
You might have
crazy.
had.
That's crazy that I had two.
You had the Richard. This is the Roberta. So,
what the?
Wow.
God
is kinda
damn,
crazy.
man! Wow, Drew.
All right. So that one ended up
That's
at
huge.
2-2.
Wow.
Wow. I pulled that out my ass on that one.
There you go, Drew. Nice. Wow.
All right.
Hey, at least we both said it was a Midwestern whiskey, okay?
Yeah.
You
Good call.
guys had that right from the get-go.
Good call.
Sample number 2. Nate, this is your favorite. Nate and Drew, you both said single malt. No points there. It is not a single malt.
What the fuck?
It's a scotch.
It's a single pot still.
Oh,
Yep. Let's see. Nate, you said 90 proof. Drew, you said 100 proof. Nate, you're going to take a point on that one. It is actually 92 proof, so you're right within that 2-point window on generic.
Damn it.
You're gonna beat me.
I don't know, man.
Nate and Drew, you both said used casking for the generic. You both are going to take a point on that one. You both said American single malt for your specific category. It is actually Irish single pot still.
Ow.
Nate, you went up to 94 proof. Drew, you went to 107.2, so no points there for either one of you. It is 46% or 92 proof. You both said ex-bourbon for your specific casking. You are both half right. No points there.
Ex-bourbon
It is
and sherry.
Ex-bourbon and sherry.
I can't ever pick up the sherry.
The sherry is very, very light on this one. I don't blame
Wow.
you for not picking it up. At that point in time, that kind of would have been more of a meta guess than anything else. Exact Distillery. Nate, you said Tattersall. Drew, you said Virginia. Drew, you didn't have a bottle, but Nate, you said the Interstate single malt. Obviously, neither one of those are correct because those are both American whiskey. It is actually the Powers John's Lane.
Mm.
So this is a 12-year-old single pot still, mostly ex-bourbon, little bit of Oloroso sherry for casking.
Dude, this
12
is
years
fucking
old.
good.
So can I ask you a dumb question before we
So
move
good.
on?
You
What is
can
the
ask any
difference
question
between
you want.
single malt and single pot still?
So single malt is generally speaking, now the single comes from one distillery. So
Mhm.
it's a single distillery makes this. Malt comes from 100% malted barley. So
Mm.
when you say the word single malt, you are assuming that you mean 100% malted barley from one distillery. 100% malted barley isn't 100% necessary, but the one distillery is. Single pot still. Single pot still is a style that came from Ireland. They were taxed on malt, so they said, "Well, we'll fuck you guys. We're going to distill unmalted barley." So they mixed malted barley and unmalted barley
Mm.
together and call it single pot still.
Mm.
So that is where those come from. That unmalted barley portion of single pot still will add some lovely little spice to it.
Yeah. It was a little spicy.
Yeah.
That's why I went up on the proof.
Ireland also does not 100% across the board, but a good majority of is triple distilled. So you run that through the still one more time. You strip out a little bit more of the stuff that
Bad
gives you some serious flavor. So that's why it tamps down on that maltiness a little bit, but that unmalted barley portion adds a little bit more to it. So
it's fucking good. Like
Yeah,
that. I mean,
it's really good.
for the limited American single malts I've had, it really reminded me of that. So I might need to try more.
That bottle is readily available. It is not very expensive. It's in the $60 to $70 range.
Okay.
You can go to Total Wine and pick it up right now.
All right. That's good. That's
there. There is another one that's a little bit cheaper than that called the Three Swallows. It's not age stated, the 12 years, so it's going to be some
Martin's nickname.
Yeah. But that one is very, very much more fruity than this John's Lane.
Okay.
I actually really prefer John's Lane over the Redbreast 12. And that is the same distillery. So the distillery on that, guys, is Middleton, by the way, which is giant distillery, actually probably the biggest in the world, if I am not mistaken. And they're the ones responsible for making Jameson and Redbreast and Spots and Method Madness and Powers and probably 17 other brands that I can't think of off the top of my head.
You don't know all of them? Wow.
I don't know all of them. I probably could sit down and really think about it, but I'm not going to do that because we're not talking about Irish whiskey right now. All right. Everybody's favorite sample number 3. Nate, Drew, you both said single malt. You're both going to take a point on that one. It is a single malt. Nate, you said 80 proof. Drew, you said 90 proof. No points there. It actually is 104.4 proof.
I knew it.
What?
I knew it was higher than that.
What?
52.2%.
Okay. I'm not used to obviously scotches, and that's so confusing that's a 104 proof scotch. Because that doesn't taste anything like you're right, Drew. That's kind of crazy. I don't know.
I almost went up to 100 on it.
I just always want to fucking say scotch is 80 proof because that's all I know about scotch. Like that's
and a lot of it is
crazy.
Generic casking, you both said used. You're both going to take a point on that. It is used oak. You specific category, you both said Scottish single malt. You are both correct. It is Scottish single malt.
And you had me worried there for a second the way you said that.
I know. I was trying. Drew, you came up closer. You were at 94, still too low. Nate, you stayed at the 80, so no points there for you guys.
Yeah.
Nate and Drew both shot in the dark there. You both said ex-bourbon. It is ex-bourbon only.
Wow.
So you both take a point on that one. Nate, Exact Distillery, you said Talisker, and your bottle guess was the Talisker 10-year. Excellent guess. I like the guess.
Nice. Okay.
Drew, you said an SMWS bottling of Lafroig. You said Lamprog. I know what you meant.
Yeah.
The joke is Leslie from the Bourbon Heart said Lamprog seriously, and it's just kind of funny now. You did get the goddamn distillery guess.
God
it is Lafroig,
dude.
Is it Cargis? Is it the Cargis
It's Cargis
warehouse?
and it is the Cargis Warehouse 1.
Oh my, no joke. Look. I literally wrote it down on my card. Lamprog Cargis Warehouse 1, and I fucking got rid of it.
God,
See?
And actually, you know what? That is what made it, because based on that, it's like 8-6, right?
It's 8 to
8
9.
7. Or
Eight
no,
to-
8 to 9, yeah.
8 to 9 in favor of Drew. Yep.
Oh, he got. Oh, my bad. Never mind. Wait, what did I get wrong? Okay, so he got the 2 bonus points for the.
Yep. So sample number 1 ended at 2 to 2.
Yep. Never mind.
Sample number 2 ended at 2 to 1, so that puts it at 4 to 3.
Wow.
And sample number 3 ended at 4 to 6, so that puts it at 8 and 9.
I forgot the 2 bonus points for.
So, I love this bottle. This bottle of Cargis got a lot of flack.
Is that the one that we got in Wisconsin?
Maybe. No, we got the white port.
Oh
No,
okay.
we got the element, the Cargis Elements, which is the brand new one of this year. Yeah. This one got a lot of flack because they didn't think it was as good, because a lot of the Cargis have a finish on them, like a heavy finish, and they're well finished. This is so without going into a ton of detail, a lot of Scottish distilleries now are not aging their product at the distillery like they used to. They're shipping it to other places to age. Lafroig has a warehouse 1, where all the stuff that went into this batch came from warehouse 1. Warehouse 1 is on Isla, right at the distillery, so it gets a lot of that maritime influence on it. I think this is a beautiful whiskey. Obviously, really, I do love the Cargis that are finished. I think they're fantastic, but there's just something about great distillate and ex-bourbon and not messed with afterwards that is just really, really good. And I find this to be one of those bottles. So that said, Drew, congratulations, my sir.
Wow, dude. So
you squeaked it out.
I don't even know how.
Dude, what did you get? Okay, so I'm so.
Oh, let me get my cue cards.
No, I just want okay, so after the first sample, it was
2 to 2.
2 to 2.
So Nate, you got 2 guesses throughout the thing right. You got nothing right except for the distillery.
Distillery.
Yep. So that's you got 2 points. He got 2 points.
And then for sample 2,
Nate, you had the generic ABV or the generic proof, generic casking.
Yep.
And that's your 2 points.
Yep.
Drew had generic casking only, so that's 1 point. So that ended
4-3.
That was 4-3. Yep.
Okay.
So,
yep. Okay.
Then in sample 3, yep. You were right on with points, and then he snuck that distillery guess in
with
there.
the distillery. Yep. Wow.
So you would have had it had he not got that distillery guess.
I just want to go back because I just was only focused on mine.
I think you both did fantastic. Obviously, Drew, lucky with the distillery guesses on there. That's what those bonus points are.
That's a 1 in a million shot.
2 out of fucking 3, dude. That is ridiculous.
I have no idea how I did that.
I don't either.
That has to be.
And y'all saw me open each one on camera.
That has to be a first, right? For getting 2.
Maybe.
I mean, in this year.
You guys ask me these questions like I fucking
memorize
this.
That's fucking impressive.
I don't know. I think maybe this is the first for 2 distillery guesses in the same sample set. I mean, Deke may be the only other one that happened 2 on round 1. He might have gotten 2 distillery guesses. No, Deke got an actual bottle headshot.
Oh,
So he guessed the distillery and the bottle.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, that was huge.
So did Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian got one.
He got the Twisted Path rye.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got 15 points too in the first round.
God damn.
So, yeah. But I think, yeah, 2 distillery guesses in the same sample set. I think that's correct.
And very different too.
Yeah.
Like very wow, dude. Well, Drew,
So-
man, awesome. Congratulations. That's fucking
You got
awesome.
more guesses right than me. I got lucky on the distillery. That's it.
I mean, like I told you guys before we actually went live, I was playing with fucking bonus money. I didn't expect to win anything. So the fact that I made it to round 2 and it was that close, like that's awesome.
You know, the fact that you enjoyed sample number 2, you know, obviously I know you didn't, you wouldn't go out and buy sample number 3, but the fact that you really, really enjoyed sample number 2, that makes me happy.
2 was really fucking good.
That's
I mean,
such a-
really good.
Honestly, I would go out and buy sample 3 right now.
Actually, and sample 3, I don't know. Did you say the price of the third? What was it? It was the SMWS, right? One of them.
It was
No,
the cartridge.
The cartridges, they're
Oh,
right
cartridge,
around.
sorry.
They're right around $100.
Yeah.
$100. Okay.
Right in that realm.
60 when the
Yeah,
price
when
doesn't
they
know.
screw up their pricing, it's like 60.
No, I think with this whole blind sample showdown is you really have to expand your like what you think you like about whiskey, which is what I really am digging, and I actually appreciate being a part of this because I would never have tried those, and with especially with sample 2, it's like, man, like I might have to consider trying more Irish pot still.
That's and the thing about that John's Lane, Donald here says, and Donald is an Irish whiskey guru, and that is still one of his favorite top whiskeys, period.
Okay.
And he's not talking about Irish whiskey, he's talking about whiskeys.
Yeah.
I would all of these I would buy.
Yeah.
That John's Lane is fantastic in a few different aspects. One, the price stays pretty relatively the same. It hasn't been climbing over the course of the last couple of years. Obviously, there's been some influx, but it's only been a couple bucks here and there.
Yeah.
Whereas like Redbreast 12 jumped on the hype train, and now Redbreast 12, where it used to be like $50, is now 67, 68. And then you step up to the next one and you're into the $100 already.
Right.
Whereas John's Lane is pretty solid at that price point all the time. The proof goes up from any other one, it's at 46 versus 40. So that's very helpful.
Yeah.
And it's on the shelf all the time. It's there. You can go into the store, you can buy it.
Nice.
And that is a thing where obviously Redbreast, you can go in and buy that too, but it's just one of those things it's nice to see.
Yeah.
So
it is funny with sample 1, by the way, because I was back and forth when we were kind of bringing up the whole Midwest thing. I almost wrote down Driftless, and then I had my bottle of Wollersheim last night, which is the bourbon, and it led me towards that of just like the tasting notes. And actually, it's funny because the first bottle from Driftless Glen I thought was American Single Malt, and it was the bourbon. And then this one, I think it was a rye, and it was the bourbon. So what the fuck is?
yeah,
it's the whole Midwest. What we were saying, the whole Midwest tasting notes.
The smell, and the tasting notes. They
Yeah.
they all have like a distinct note, but like they're all different. But
Yeah.
Driftless, I haven't had a lot of Driftless, so I don't really. That's the only thing I can think of. And I was like, I haven't had this one before, is what I thought. Basically.
Yeah. Start stretching, Martin.
Fucking Joe.
Let's see. What do we got here? Top whiskey period. Yeah, 60 to 70. Yeah, that's about what I see it at. Spicy's here finally.
Nice.
Done with work.
Nice.
Spicy.
She will catch up. She will watch it on replay. So
Thank you,
if you cannot do the spoiler, don't do the spoiler. She doesn't care. She just likes to watch it. So we talked about that yesterday.
Show.
Dylan, he agrees on something. I don't know what, but I'm thinking it's Irish whiskeys. He had 2 in the last 2 rounds and he really enjoyed them. Yeah. Irish whiskey is kind of new for him as well. Deke says green spot for the win. Yeah, Deke, I like green spot, but man, I got to tell you that Powers, even I will take 3 swallows over green spot every day. I don't know.
I think that's like the first like Irish whiskey I've had like outside of like your stereotypical Jameson.
Yeah. See, and Powers Gold, it's good. It's very good. When I'm talking about a $30 bottle, I'm doing Jameson or Jameson Black Barrel. I don't get into the Powers Gold just because I have this affinity for the Jameson entry levels, and not that the Powers is bad. It's actually really good, but I just like the other ones. Yeah, see, Donald totally taking me out of my thing here, but everybody prefers what they prefer. And with that, could you show the bottle again, please? Which one, Dylan? The Irish? I'm thinking that's what you meant. So it comes in a tube, cardboard tube that's black, gray, and white like this as well. So
What you breaking out?
Well, I gotta get a cheers in, so I'm just.
He's gotta have some Maker's Mark.
Yeah, I have to go with my Maker's Mark. So, or maybe I don't. Maybe I wanna. Actually, you know what? Because we're talking about Martin's butthole.
Ooh, Martin's butthole.
I had this last night.
And it made you think of it?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why.
Hold
Yeah.
on.
Oh, by the way, I'm so pissed. I got the second bourbon at Tiffany's, and it's like stuck in Illinois, and it hasn't moved for like 5 days.
Weird. Maybe they broke it.
I hope not.
I'll join you.
All right. I got 2 bottles of it. I don't know. We'll see. I love this bottle, and that's why was all for getting another one. I don't care if it tastes the same.
Cheers.
This is not surprising, Travis. Gentlemen, cheers. Cheers.
Thanks.
I gotta really reach for the camera.
Thanks, Jerem.
Hey, thank you guys for coming on. I'm glad you enjoyed it. You had a good time. Sorry for the peach at the end, but
No.
I'm really glad you actually did like that second sample.
Yeah.
I knew you weren't gonna like that third sample, but
it's not bad.
it's how it works. It's a randomizer. I can't take it out because I know you're not gonna like it.
You could do a veto.
But Jerem, I will say I think this is great because again, I could get into scotches. I could. Based on what you're doing.
You got a plethora of information between Martin and myself. We can get you into a couple scotches that will definitely enjoy.
Yeah.
And they don't, it's not crazy expensive. I mean, to get way into scotch can get crazy expensive, obviously, but you don't need to be there to enjoy it. So
for sure. Yep.
And that's the nice thing about it. So
yeah, I've texted them multiple times about different ones. Still haven't bought them yet, but
that's fine.
We're getting there.
We'll get there. We'll get there. All right, chat. So this was the last show of round 2. So that means February 26th is the next show. That is the first one of round 3. We got Smoked by Ash going up against the Whiskey Shaman. Samples are out to everybody except for the March 19th show, which will go out this weekend because now I know who the second box is going to. But round 3, the Elite 8 is going to be Hood Sommelier, Dylan, U.S. Small Craft, Whiskey Deek, Adam from Lost Lantern, Chelsea Uncharted, Southern Bourbon Addict Drew here, Smoke by Ash, and Whiskey Shaman. So round 3 is shaping up to be pretty damn good.
That's a
I gotta
fucking
say,
crew right there.
I had no idea what exactly to expect throughout this whole thing. Round 1 gave me a few surprises that I didn't quite expect that's the way it was going to go, but round 2 definitely gave me some surprises. So I'm assuming round 3 is going to do the same thing, but we get a little harder as it goes along because the competition gets a little stiffer. The whiskey samples don't change. It's still randomized, select with a randomizer. When we actually get into the final, I will hand select those 3 samples, depending on the 2 parties in there and how they did throughout the show. But yes, everybody in the chat, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate you immensely. I do this for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. I also do this for the fun of it. It is a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun work. And I love introducing people to whiskeys that they haven't had and seeing their reaction, whether it be a hate crime or they love it. One way or the other, I don't care. Somewhere in the middle, that's great too. But at least they got to experience it. So until next week, I think, is that right? Next week? February 19th. Yep, next week. Until next week.
Thanks, Sherm.
Cheers.
Congratulations, Drew. Get it. Do it.
Congratulations, Drew.
I'm
Cheers to this American Spirit, guys.
I'm still in shock.
Yeah, well.
Well,
hey,
shock.
Hey, you got
give yourself
two
give
distillers.
yourself the shocker later.
Yeah. Let's